The secret to success is not what you think it is. Hey, if you've been trying to be successful in your job and your work and your marriage, your relationships, and you just don't seem like you're getting anywhere, well, this video is for you, because I'm going to show you the secret to success so you can be successful in everything. And we're starting right now. So you want to be better in your job, you want to be a better father, mother, brother, sister, whatever, but you don't know how to do it. Maybe you want to lose weight, maybe you want to get in better shape. Well, the problem is we don't look at success the correct way. Success is not a finish line. No, success is not a finish line. And I'll give you an example. People who say they want to lose weight, maybe their goal is to lose 30 pounds. Okay, so that's their goal, 30 pounds. I'm not going to be happy until I lose 30 pounds. That's the first mistake right there. I'm not going to be happy until I lose 30 pounds. If you were happy losing 1 pound, that would be pretty cool, because it's not so hard to lose 1 pound. It's hard to lose 30 pounds, but 1 pound, that's fairly easy to do. Most people can lose a pound. The problem is we discount it. We say, well, if I lose a pound, that's nothing. I need to lose 30. A pound means nothing. It's nothing. I mean, that's no big deal. Anybody can do that, JR. So there's nothing to be happy about. The problem is that that's your way of thinking, and your way of thinking is that I've got to reach this X goal before I can be happy. And since I've got to reach this X goal before I can be happy, you're going to be unhappy until that time. And then when you do reach the goal of, let's say, 30 pounds, you're going to go, boom, I'm happy for a day, for a minute, for a second. Okay, and then it's all over with, and then you quit exercising and you quit eating right and you quit doing all the stuff you're supposed to do, because you say, I achieved that goal. And the point of this video is to show you that it's not the goal, it's the process. You should be happy that you exercised today. Okay, you should be happy that you got on the bike and you rode it for 30 minutes or 20 minutes or 10 minutes. If it is something out of the ordinary that you would normally do and you're now doing it, you should be really happy with yourself, because the results will come. They will come. It's going to take time. Like, maybe you want to lose 30 pounds in 90 days. That may happen, or it may not happen. It may not happen for 5 months for you, or it may happen in a month and a half for you. The point is, it's the process. It's the process. And we get ourselves so screwed into the ground because we're like, oh my God, I haven't reached my goal, so I can't be happy. When in fact, you should be happy that you're working on a goal. That's the whole point to goals, is working on a goal is what makes you happy, not the actual end results, because that's fleeting. And also, once you've reached that goal, you tend to stop doing the things that got you to that goal. So we've got to understand that that happens. Now, other thing that happens to people when they're working on a goal is they go, well, if I'm not doing better than I was before, then I'm not moving forward. So one day, maybe you could do 5 pull-ups, and 2 days later you can only do 3, and you go, oh my God, I'm actually going backwards. I need to stop. I need to stop. Pretty soon I'll be able to do 0. And that's not the case. It's just that some days you're going to have better days than other days, and the fact that you tried every single day, the fact that you got out there each day, you won. You need to give yourself credit. You go, wow, I'm winning. And I tell you, it's funny, because I do videos on YouTube, and I've got videos on there that's gotten over 50,000 views, and I've got videos on there that's got 5 views, and I have come to the realization that it's not how many views I get. The point is that I did another video, and if I get 1 or 2 views on a new video, then that's more views than I would have had. So I'm moving forward. It's the progression of moving forward. Joe Rogan started a podcast 11 years ago. He had almost nobody watching him. He had people on there that nobody had ever heard of, because he didn't have any celebrity friends, and nobody wanted to be on his podcast because nobody was listening to it. And yet a few months ago he signed a deal, and it was $100 million deal to sell his podcast and his content. And you look at that and you go, oh, wow, he really got lucky. He's got a great podcast. But if you go back to his original videos and you look at his original work, it wasn't very good, and nobody was watching it, but he kept plugging away at it. And what we don't see when we see really successful people is that we don't see all the work that went into that, all the days where people weren't listening to their music, all the days where they didn't have a record deal, all the days where they were working in clubs and 3 or 4 people were listening to them. We tend to not see that, and that tricks our mind into thinking, wow, this is just a successful person. And I'll tell you, no matter who the person is, whether they're a politician, whether they're an actor, singer, dancer, whatever it is, don't use them as your role model. Don't do it. because you don't know what went into them getting there. You don't know what they had to go through. You don't know what the struggles were. And plus the fact that if you put them up on this pedestal, you're going to look at them and go, oh my God, they're great, they're wonderful. And then when they do something wrong, you're going to go, oh my gosh, my idol let me down. My idol let me down. Here's who your idol should be. It should be the person in the mirror. Every day you get up and look at that person in the mirror and say, that's my idol. That's the person that's working towards doing greatness, towards writing a book, towards being a better father, mother, sister, brother, towards building up their business. That's the person I want to look up to. And if you can get up every day and you look in the mirror and say, that's the person I look up to, then guess what? You're going to be more motivated to do things. So don't get in front of that mirror and go, oh my gosh, I haven't done anything. I haven't achieved anything. I'm lousy at all these things, because you can change all those things. None of that matters. It doesn't matter what's in the past. It matters what you're doing every single day now. I want to give you the one word that I think if you use this word in your vocabulary, you're going to get a lot further. If you're trying to work your way up to anything, losing weight, doing sit-ups or push-ups, writing a book, don't tell yourself that you haven't done it. Don't tell yourself that you haven't done it. I want you to take that same sentence where it says, I haven't lost enough weight yet, or I can't do enough push-ups yet, or I haven't completed my book, and add the word yet to it. Yet is a very good word, because yet always says there's hope, there's possibilities there. If you do that every time you say, hey, I want to lose weight and I haven't lost 30 pounds yet, that's a whole lot different from I haven't lost 30 pounds. I haven't lost 30 pounds makes me feel bad. I haven't written my book makes me feel bad. But if I say I haven't written my book yet, that means there's still possibility. And that little change in your brain, that little self-talk right there where you're saying yet means I'm gonna do it, it just hasn't occurred yet. If you change that one little word, it will give you a tremendous amount of motivation. I also want you to think about celebrating small accomplishments. Let's say that you're writing a book and you've only written 3 pages of the book. That 3 pages of the book that you wrote are more than 99.9% of the people in the world will ever do. And you've also got to understand your potential. Your potential is so untapped. They say that we use about 40% of our potential. That's pretty low. So it's interesting, I think, to try to think about what you could do. What could you do? What could you do? What could you really be good at? You say, well, I'm not a good tennis player, or I'm not good at swimming, or I'm not good at writing. Could you get good at those things if you worked on it? What do you want to get good at? I know a great guitar player, they say it takes 10,000 hours to really become great at playing guitar. But the funny thing is, it takes 10,000 hours to become a really great singer, and it takes 10,000 hours to become a really great writer too. How can you expect to be really good at something if you haven't put in your 10,000 hours? You got to put in the time. And a lot of people say, well, I just don't have that much time to do that. JR, you don't understand. I don't have much time. I want you to examine how you're spending your time now. How many TV shows do you watch? How many video games do you play? How many videos do you watch online mindlessly, just entertainment one or prank ones or whatever? And I'm not saying you can't ever do that. I certainly do all those things, with the exception of the video games. I just don't do that, but I do that in moderation. And I know I'm going to spend more time, like today I'm shooting videos, I'm going to spend more time creating content than I do consuming content. That's the key. You got to spend more time creating than you do consuming. And ask yourself at the end of every day, what did I create? How was my day? And I think a lot of people will look at themselves and say, I didn't get enough done today. I hardly got anything done today. Don't do that to yourself. Look at what you did get done today. Okay, maybe it wasn't the goal that you set for the day, and that's okay. It would be nice if you hit your goals every now and then, but the point is, give yourself credit for what you did do, because if you don't, if every single day you say, well, I set out to write today and I didn't write my book, and I didn't do it yesterday, I didn't do it the day before, there's no point in trying tomorrow. That's not true. If you skip a day, if you get tripped up, whatever, you should move forward. I'm sure a lot of celebrity entertainers now started off with stars in their eyes, and in the beginning, you know, a lot of times they didn't get a good response from the audience. You know, I was listening to a comedian the other day, a famous comedian, and he said he'd gone into clubs many times and bombed over and over and over again, and nobody laughed. The only time they laughed is when they were trying to get him off the stage, not laugh at his jokes. And he continued, and he kept writing jokes, and he kept trying and kept getting up there. And that's the point. You got to keep trying, you got to keep chipping away at it, because every day won't be a great day. Not every day will you be able to do 10 pull-ups. It may go down, and the next day you may be able to do less. That doesn't mean you should quit. Don't let temporary failure, you know, be a complete failure by you just quitting. That's the only way you can actually lose, is if you entirely just quit. That's the only way to lose. And the time thing, and I know you said the time factor, but the time thing, it's going to go by anyhow. The years are going to pass, the weeks are going to pass, the days are going to pass. So there is no wasted effort. There is no wasted effort. There's wasted time, and that's if you don't do anything. So if you try to do something and you say, my gosh, I don't have, you know, 2 years to waste to build up my YouTube channel. Well, if you do nothing, guess what you've done? You've wasted 2 years. Okay, you're not wasting time if you're at least working on something. Just work on something and understand that success is this process thing. It's not the goal, it's not a finish line, because if it's a finish line, then you just quit everything at the end. You don't want to do that, do you? So I hope this video helps you out. I hope it lets you look at success in a different way than maybe what you were looking at it before, and I hope it takes a little pressure off you, a little stress off you, because you're doing good. You're going to do well at this. Okay, whatever it is you're trying to do, I know you'll do well at it, as long as you don't stop, as long as you keep working on it, and give yourself credit for what you have accomplished. Stop and look at what you've accomplished, and then go right back to it and start working on it again. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you want to learn how to make money online and grow your business. This is a great channel for it. And once you subscribe, don't forget, ring the bell, turn on all bell notifications, so that I can tell you every single time I do a new video. I also have a free course below if you want to grab it. It's a $97 course, temporarily free. Click and learn, doesn't cost you anything, no credit card required. I also want to hear your comments. Tell me about your successes, those small successes that you've had that maybe you haven't thought about. Put them in the comments below. I want to hear what they were. They could be simple things, but if you've also got questions, you can stick those down there. We can continue the conversation. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Hey, thanks for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click that little bell right there so you can be notified every time I do a new video. Also, click on one of those videos there. Keep watching on my channel.